Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we are coming off of our first loss of the season. But, at least going by the standings, the Brewers are a good team to bounce back against. They've only won 2 games on the year. Everybody. So. There you go. I think our lineup looks something like that. Another problem we had, besides playing the Reds, who are a very good team, was that Paulie was coming off of a perfect game and he just wasn't ready to throw again, so we had Zap and he wasn't even fully ready. He only made it 5 innings. Although after all that, it was really Hermida having a bad game that really sunk us. Alright, you see the defensive lineup that we came up with. Martinez did finally get his first hit of the year and his first start of the year. So now all of our fielders have hits. Nakai has a hit. He got pressed into an at-bat thanks to how the pitching worked out. So I think Graves might be the only normal batter that we have that doesn't have a hit. Tony Gwynn Jr. starts things off by fouling the first pitch away, just barely foul down the first base line. Sinker in there for strike 2. Towards the middle, Phil grabs it at his shoelaces for the first out of the inning. Here's Ronnie Cedeno Jr. I forgot to call him Jr. He's not a junior. He's just Ronnie Cedeno. Has a 2-0 count. Ground ball. That'll get through the right side of the infield for the first hit of the ball game. 1 on with 1 out. Here's Bill Hall. He's showing bunt. Not sure that's what you want to see out of your number 3 hitter, but the bunt does go foul. Looks like he will swing away now. Backdoor sinker, I guess you can call it that. Anyway, it's a strike, and then another base hit into right field. Quinton gets that in, but Cedeno on his way to third, and he will make it there safely. Runners on the corners with only 1 out. Nitro at the plate. Does have a couple home runs, but only hitting 167 on the year. No, he's not really built to be an average hitter, but that's still pretty low. He's going to strike out in this at-bat, and then Bill Hall is going to be thrown out by approximately 3 miles, and that will end the inning. So a promising start for the Brewers gets flushed down the toilet very quickly. So here is the Brewers lineup. Hodge on the mound. I don't remember if we saw him in the first series or not. Phil is going to lead off today. As he pops up behind home plate, and Van Hecken makes the grab. Pull up our schedule. Sweeney at the plate. First pitch is pulled foul. Swing and a miss. This will get through the right side. Both number 2 hitters come up with base hits. Quinton at the plate. He will bat left-handed. First pitch is called a strike. Just looking ahead on the schedule here, we don't have another off day till May 5th. But it is the first month of the season. Guess you don't need a lot of off days. Quinton comes up with a base hit that leaves runners on the corners with 1 out, so in an identical spot to where the Brewers were. Terry looks like he's going to ground into a double play. No, he's actually going to beat it out to first. No run scores. So runners still on the corners with 2 outs. Frank at the plate. Still a chance to drive a run in. He's batting .273 in this young season. got a 1-2 count in this at bat. Will this get down? Gwynn. No, it's going to be right in between Scott and Gwynn out in the outfield. 1 run already in. An RBI double for Frank gives the Squirrels the lead. With a potential for more. Runners on second and third. 2 away. Here is Miyake, who's batting .200. He's got some more hits here lately. It took him a while to get that first one. He's going to ground out right to Cedeno. But the Squirrels do take a 1-0 lead as we move into the second inning, where Bullard is going to lead things off for the Brewers. Gill winds and fires in a fastball for a strike. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. Hit right over the base, but Terry is able to grab it before it can become a problem. Steps on the base for the first out of the inning. Here's Van Hecken. Hasn't hit a home run yet. He does have some power, but hitting .263, so that's much better than he was doing early in the year last year. He's got a 1-2 count in this at-bat. This one just a bit inside, 2-2. Strike 3, fastball that just freezes Van Hecken. That'll bring Scott to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Another swing and a miss on another curveball for strike 3, and that will end the top of the second inning. Squirrels still lead 1-0, and they will start off with Martinez at the plate. As I said earlier, he finally got his first hit of the season in the last game. Looks at strike 1 here. Hits this one back towards the middle, but Cedeno able to grab it for an out. Here is Joey. Had a very strong start to the season last year. This year seems to be scuffling at the plate, though. If you remember way back in the first season when Joey was not a good hitter, I said at the time, and I stand by it, he is a good enough defensive shortstop that I don't care how he hits. He gets to stay in the lineup. He pops out to Cedeno, and that'll bring Gill to the plate. I think he got a hit in his first and maybe even first 2 at-bats of the year, and I don't think he's gotten a hit since. Though, kind of like Joey, more so than Joey, I should say, he's not here to hit, so as long as he keeps putting zeros and other low numbers up on the board, he's going to get to keep pitching. Hits a 3-1 pitch over to Bill Hall, who does make the grab to end the inning. Still 1-0 Squirrels as we move into the third, where Gabe Kapler is going to lead things off. Number 33, Gabe Kapler, right fielder. Gill throws in a slider for strike 1. Curveball stays up and out. That's a better looking curveball, and it gets a swing and a miss. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another curveball, another swing and a miss, and that's the first out of the inning. Hodge at the plate apparently has 8 RBI. That's pretty impressive for a pitcher who's hitting .250. Grounds this one to short. Joey will throw it over to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Tony Gwynn Jr. at the plate, lined out in his first at-bat. 4 strikeouts for Gill the first time through the Brewers' order. He's got Gill at an 0-2 count after getting the call on that curveball. Fastball freezes Gwynn, and that will end the top of the third. 1-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Squirrels back to the top of the lineup. Phil fouled out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one. Watches that pitch bounce in. Puts this one into shallow center, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Well-placed ball for a leadoff single. Brings Sweeney to the plate. He got a base hit and came around to score, I'm fairly sure, in the first inning. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Pretty sure he's the one that scored anyway. Hits this one into right field. That'll be back-to-back base hits. Runners on first and second. Here is Quinton at the plate. Fork ball down and in. Throws another one, also down and in, although maybe not quite as far. Same pitch, but this time Quinton swings at it, and he comes up empty. Hits this one into center field, but it's going to stay up for Gwynn. Runners go back to their bases. Actually, a strong throw to first, but Sweeney got back comfortably. Terry nearly ground into a double play in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Still 2 on, but now with 1 out. Hits this into left field. That will get down, but it will not score a run, even though Scott has a little trouble picking it up off the ground. Bases loaded for Frank, who got an RBI double back in the first. Chance to really bust the game open here. Hits a routine fly ball behind second. It was called infield fly. Maybe it wasn't quite as routine as I thought, but Cedeno made the play anyway. So bases still loaded, but now there's 2 outs for Miyake, who's going to need a hit to drive in a run now. And that's not going to do it. A harmless ground ball to first, and Milwaukee gets out of a ton of trouble with no runs. So it'll stay a 1-0 Squirrels lead as we move into the fourth, where Ronnie Cedeno will lead it off.
Number 5, Ronnie Cedeno.
First pitch, a sinker that stays outside. And a curveball into the dirt. Probably needs to come up with a strike here, and he doesn't do it. It's a 3-0 count. That fastball was too low. Grooves in a fastball. Cedeno taking all the way. 3-1. Swings at this one. Will it get down? It does. Frank has to field it on a hop. Leadoff single for the Brewers. Here's Bill Hall, who also had a single in his first at-bat, but then was caught stealing. Don't know what he thought he was doing, but a strikeout, throw him out situation. He's got a 1-1 count, especially since he was so easily thrown out. It wasn't anywhere close. Grounds this one to first. Throw goes to second. Joey back to first in time. 3-6-1 double play. The base is now empty for Nitro, who struck out in his first at-bat and starts off with a swing and a miss here. Ground ball to first. Terry will step on the bag, and that is that for the top of the fourth. Still 1-0 Squirrels as we go into the bottom half of the inning, where Martinez will lead off. Martinez had we'll say a weak line drive towards the middle, but Cedeno was able to easily glove it, so it didn't have a lot of heat on it. He's got an 0-2 count in this at-bat as Hodges really wiping his brow hard now. Watches that forkball miss down and away. Pops this one up. Nitro, just on the inner infield grass, makes the grab. 1 down. Here's Joey. No, he popped out last time. I don't remember where. Pops this one to Cedeno. 2 down, and here is Gill at the plate. Lined out to third in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one. Hits this one foul over by the first base coach. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1-2-3 inning for Hodge. We move on to the fifth. Squirrels still leading 1-0. The Brewers will lead off with Bullard in the fifth. He ground out in his first at-bat. Gill winds and throws a fastball that he blows by Bullard, a high fastball. This one more right down the middle, but Bullard, might actually turns into an infield hit. Joey did not take a good route to that ball, and not even his arm could make up for it. So infield hit to lead off the 5th inning. Here's Van Hecken, who has a 1-1 count to start off this at-bat. This one could be a double play ball. Throw to second, back to first, not in time. So a runner still on first with Scott at the plate. 1 away. Well, this gets away from Martinez. That's going to put a runner into scoring position. Van Hecken is the tying run on second. Scott with a 2-0 count. Hits this one weakly towards third. Sweeney looks the runner back and throws to first. 2 away. Runner still on second for Gabe Kapler. Curveball in there for a strike. Throws another one, again for a strike. Throws it a third time and gets a swing and a miss, and Gill out of this inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Phil is going to get his third crack at it. Phil 1 for 2 on the day. That fork ball inside. This looks like it will be Hodges' last hitter. It's got a 2-0 count on Phil. There's a called strike. Hits this one foul down the left side. That'll make it a 2-2 count. Full count now. That pitch down in the dirt. This is hit to Nitro, who short hops it and then steps on the bag. 1 down. Brewers go to the bullpen and find Febles. They call it Fables. But we did see him back in the first series. I remember that name. Sweeney 2 for 2 on the day. He will look at a slurve for a strike. Pops this one up. Cedeno waiting for it. He did not have to move much. 2 away, and here is Quinton. He is 1 for 2. He will continue to bat left-handed. Well, his best side is probably still the left, though I don't feel like his splits are as extreme as Marvin's are. But that's all based on feel. I don't have the numbers. He grounds out to short. So we're going to move into the 6th inning. Pitcher spot due up for the Brewers. The Squirrels still lead 1-0. So Gill starts off with Febles with his first at-bat of the day. Looks at a ball. Looks at another ball. There's a strike. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. That'll make it 2-2. Too low. A full count to the opposing pitcher. Opposing relief pitcher, I should say. Looks at strike 3 on a curveball. 1 down. Here's Tony Gwynn Jr. He's 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Gill up to 7 strikeouts after 2 trips through the Milwaukee order. Does not appear he will get to 10. Gwynn with a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Ronnie Cedeno's 2 for 2. I don't know if he's ever done that against us. Fastball catches the outside corner. Sinker ground towards short. Joey over to first, and that will end the top of the inning. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Terry is going to lead things off in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch to Terry is called a strike. This pitch a bit inside. Hits this one a pretty good ways. It's going to get down into the gap as it one hops the wall. And that will be a leadoff double for Terry. So I knew he wasn't a home run off of his bat, but I knew he also gave it a pretty decent ride. Here is Frank. He's going to line drive up the middle. Terry's turning for home, and he will make it there. I do throw home, but it's far too late. 2-0 Squirrels, and here is Miyake with a runner on first and nobody out. First pitch, a slider that's too low, maybe inside as well. Hits this one foul over by the first base coach. Hit and run, and Miyake comes up with the base hit into left. Runner stays at second, so runners on first and second for Martinez. Again, nobody out. Slurve on the outer half. Up the middle, that is in there for a base hit, but it will not score a run. Bases loaded for Joey. Still nobody out. First pitch is inside. Ground ball, throw comes home. Then the throw to first, we get a 5-2-3 double play. That was exactly what the Brewers needed. We will get a pinch hitter here. Throw Marvin out there. Gil's given us 6 shutout innings. Can't ask for anything more than that, but we also want to save him for the next game. Runners on second and third, and they are going to intentionally walk Marvin. All right, here is Phil. He's already got at least 1 hit in this game. Looks at a strike. Pops this one up. Will Bullard get back? He will not. It'll drop in for a hit. And that is going to be a 2 RBI single and make it 4-0 Squirrels. Still 2 runners aboard with 2 outs for Sweeney. So the intentional walk goes all wrong for Feblis. And looks like we're not done yet. A base hit up the middle for Sweeney's going to make it 5-0. Runners on the corners for Quinton. And Sweeney's going to get thrown out stealing second. Why he was trying to steal second in a 5-0 game, I don't know. But that will bring Gonzalez into the game. Depending on what happens at the plate, right now the plan is for him to throw 2 innings. First pitch, changeup in there for a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Ground ball to third. Sweeney over to first. 1 away. Here is Nitro. He is 0 for 2. So he looks at a strike. Looks at another strike, both on the outside corner. Hits this one in the air, but not very far. Gonzalez is actually going to go way back and make the grab himself. Don't know why Joey didn't grab that, but an out's an out. Here's Bullard. He looks at a strike. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. And that one too low. Changeup gets a swing and a miss, and that will bring us to the 7th inning stretch. It's 5-0 Squirrels, and they will start off with Quinton on the other side.
Attention, please. Now, please rise and join the singer.
Oh, come on. There we go. All right, Quinton puts the first pitch into left field or the left center gap. Don't know exactly where you draw that line. But a leadoff single brings Terry to the plate. He is 2 for 3. Got a double in his last at-bat. Has a 2-0 count to start this at-bat. And he looks at a strike. Hits this one in the air, but Kapler right to him. Quinton going back to second. Or back to first, rather, from second. 1 down, 1 on. Frank, I do believe also 2 for 3 on the day. Watches that fastball go outside. This one goes inside. Ground ball. This could be a double play. Nitro to second. No throw back to first. So runner on first with 2 outs for Miyake. Hits this one up the middle sharply, and that will be a base hit. Jumps on the first pitch. Here's Martinez. 2 on, 2 outs. That slider too low. This one catches the inside corner. And then outside. 2-1. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Full count, 2 on, 2 outs. There go the runners. And we get a ground ball foul. Martinez looks at strike 3, and that will end the bottom of the 7th. We go into the 8th inning, a 5-0 Squirrels lead. Van Hecken will lead things off for Milwaukee. Gonzalez is going to stay on to pitch a second inning. Van Hecken 0 for 2 on the day. He looks at a strike. Pitch a bit high. Ground ball to second. Phil on to first. 1 down. Scott at the plate, also 0 for 2. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses for strike 2. This will be a fair ball down the left field line. Frank gets over and gets it in to keep things at a single. 1 on, 1 out for Gabe Kapler, who has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Looks at strike 1. Ground ball to third. Sweeney's only play is to first, and he does make that play. The Brewers, though, with the runner in scoring position, and they are going to turn to their bench and find Mercado. So Milwaukee just trying to get on the board here. First pitch to Mercado is outside. And then inside, maybe low as well. That fastball too high. We've got a 3-0 count. Swing and a miss. Makes it 3-1. Called strike 2. It's a full count with 2 outs. Runner stays put at second. And Mercado draws a walk. 2 on. Here's Tony Gwynn Jr. at the plate. He will look at a splitter that goes outside. Another splitter is ground back to Gonzalez. Throw to first, and that will end the top of the 8th inning. Still a 5-0 Squirrels lead. Joey's going to lead things off in the bottom half of the inning. Mercado's going to stay in and play right field. Mosquera takes over on the mound. Joey's 0 for 3 today. Hits this one foul over into right field. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. And this will be a base hit into right field. Leadoff single, and we will pinch hit here for Gonzalez. He gave us 2 great innings. Let Tom take a hack at it. I don't know who we're going to pitch in the 9th. Because Zap, I'm sure, needs to rest. So we'll see what happens. I don't know at this exact moment. Tom with an 0-2 count looks at strike 3. Guess it is his day off. Phil 2 for 4 on the day. Looks at a strike. There's 1 on with 1 out. Hits this one sharply but foul down the left field line. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Sweeney 3 for 4, all singles today. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. Up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. Runners on first and second for Quinton. Hasn't really hit anything hard today, like he certainly can. Hits this one fairly deep, but Mercado's going to have a play, and he does make it. So we go into the 9th inning. It's a 5-0 Squirrels lead. Ronnie Cedeno going to start it off for the Brewers. So I'm playing with fire with the microphone here. I keep hitting the cable. Yeah, not going to throw Zap out there. Why not Jones? I think we used him kind of like this the other day.
Your attention, please. Now have a pitch for Indianapolis. Number 25, Jones.
All right, Cedeno 2 for 3 on the day. Jones starts off with a breaking ball for a strike. Throws another breaking ball and gets a swing and a miss. Pumps in a fastball, and Cedeno is frozen for strike 3. So that'll bring Bill Hall to the plate. He is 1 for 3 today, and he looks at strike 1. Pops this one up. Joey on the back of the dirt makes the grab. 2 away. Brewers down to their last out. Nitro 0 for 3 on the day. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. Hits this one a long way. That one's not coming back. His 3rd home run of the year, a 449-foot shot. And yeah, there was no doubt about that one right off the bat, out into right field. So the Brewers get on the board. It's 5-1 as we see a replay. That landed about halfway up the lower set of bleachers out there. Actually, don't know if they're actually bleachers, but the seats anyway. Bullard looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Looks at strike 3, and that is the ball game. Your final score today: Milwaukee Brewers 1, Indianapolis Squirrels 5. Take a look at the highlights. And really, especially with that home run there at the end, you could really say it was just the one bad inning there in the 6th that sunk the Brewers today. The intentional walk that really did not work out at all for Milwaukee. All right, Frank's going to be your player of the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we will be back again tomorrow, again with the Brewers. Just as a programming note, between having an extended meeting at work and a run club and 2 separate soccer practices, probably be recording a little bit late tomorrow, but it will get out, I promise you that. We'll see you then.